It's all I wanna do. Shaka Khan, let me rock you, Shaka Khan. Let me rock you for the feel for you, feel for you. Shaka Khan, let me rock you, Shaka Khan. Let me rock you, that's all I wanna do. Shaka Khan, let me rock you, Shaka Khan. Let me rock you for the feel for you. Shaka Khan, would you tell me what you wanna do? Do you feel?
What up, though? What's up, House of Sync and everybody listening? I'm your neighborhood homeboy, Gigz Professional, and I'm here with the incomparable in the world renowned and recently appointed new pimp, J-Mo. And we do have our very lovely special guest, Tam, here with us tonight. What's going on, everybody?
Hello.
How y'all
What
doing?
up, do? What up, do?
Good. How
I
about
mean,
yourself?
Good. J-Mo, how was your trip, bro?
man, it was at a certain time, but my my recovery needs a recovery, and I feel like dog shit. Somehow I caught a cold somewhere, maybe
Probably
out
out
there.
there. Yep.
Because right now, man, I'm feeling congested. I'm sipping on a hot toddy. I done took Tylenol, cold and flu, and I still feel like shit.
So if you fall asleep sitting up like Birdman, we just know that that's the reason. Got you.
No,
Got
no, I would not be. I would not be doing the Birdman lean. I refuse to.
Oh man. So how was Gokanda? Tell us about the trip.
Uh, it was cool. I mean, a Friday night. Well, I landed, got there Friday. There was a pool party, but as I expected, most people wasn't in the pool. I mean, and then they had a '70s party, so that picture that you saw me
With the
with
wig.
with the wig, man. Damn, I wish you had the picture of it because man, that was fun. And I'm usually not the type that's to go cosplay for like any party, not a '70s, not a '80s, not a '90s. I'll just wear what I'm gonna wear. But that was fun.
Yeah, man, you look fly, dog. You should have won best dress.
They didn't have a contest, but I'm pretty sure that there was some people that had minks in there who actually played the part. So
Oh wow. Wow. Well, man, I'm glad you had a good time, man. I'm glad our people made it back safely, with all these planes dropping out the sky. So, Drea. the planes dropping out the sky, I'm glad everybody, made it back to their respective destinations safely. Um, I heard it was a great time. Saw a lot of the pictures and videos. So big ups to Go Conda, which is out in New Jersey. So yeah, man. Uh, we also had kind of, I want to say, I don't want to say it was a sad time. I will say it was a beautiful time to pay our last respects to our dearly departed brother and live um,
Yeah,
with his
most
Masonic,
definitely.
yeah, with his Masonic services. Man, you gentlemen did a phenomenal job. JMO, as I told you a million times, super proud of you, man, for the job that you did, in his service. But
Thank you, sir.
everybody who did everything from past Pody Corriers to Milton to Black to everybody who um, even Jimmy Lunsford number 45 who put on who sent our brother home well. You know what I'm saying? So job well done, gentlemen. Job well done. So
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, man.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So let's get to the reason why we're here. So tonight,
Excuse me.
there's been a lot of conversation, in the media and um, in recent news with Neo, the R&B artist, showcasing his four wives, as well as Lizzo. She's also said that she doesn't like rules of traditional marriage. She doesn't see herself being in a traditional situation like that. She wants freedom, and so this has been something that's been a topic of conversation for the last few years, where a lot of people are questioning or reevaluating the concept of monogamy. Is it dead? Is it something that um, has been considered passe? Um, our grandparents, our parents, all grew up with the whole mentality. You get married to one person and that's it. And a lot of Bible scholars will also preach that from their respective churches and pulpits.
Hmm. Hmm.
So there's a lot of things but a lot of people are saying, you know what, monogamy is not for me. I don't know if I'm designed to be with one person. I don't know if one person can satisfy everything that I need. And some men a lot of times feel like there's no or there isn't any benefit to being married. Uh, a lot of people are choosing, what people would consider alternative lifestyles and whatnot, be it polyamorous or something else. So we're kind of here tonight to not bash, but we're here to um, just be informed, to try to understand and get different perspectives. Some of you out there may feel like, you know what, I tried this whole relationship thing, this monogamy thing, you know, it doesn't work for me. So um, it's a different type of it's a different type of world that we're living in, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It just means that it's different, and some people are embracing that. So we're here tonight. We have our very special guest, Miss Tam. We're so
Hi.
glad we're so glad to have you here with us. Uh, so why don't you just kind of give us your name? Well, I've already announced your name, but you can kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, and do you subscribe to monogamy?
So I'm Tam. I'm from Detroit, but now I live in Florida, and I'm actually currently married, and our marriage is a plural poly relationship marriage.
Okay. So you did the poly thing. Now, is that something that you always felt like you wanted to do, or did you kind of fall into it? Did you have a situation that kind of pushed you that way? Tell us a bit more about that.
Um, so I didn't even know the name of it,
Hmm.
but I guess I did it before I was married.
Okay,
Um, the people that's involved, I won't say their name. I don't
that's
know if they want people to know, but me and a friend decided to share the same boyfriend. We went on a date, I guess you would call a first date together.
fine. On the first date, and how did that go? How
We,
did y'all even
me
come
and
up with that concept? First of all, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you already, but wait a minute, wait a minute. Now, you and your homegirl, y'all got together. Y'all was just like, "Hey,
I
girl, what you
exchanged
doing?"
numbers with no, I exchanged numbers with this guy.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
She thought he was cute too. She asked me if I really liked him. I told him I was her. I didn't know yet. I was busy doing something at the time, so I hand her the phone and let her talk to him for a minute. She was like, "You free?" Because he want to take you on a date. And I was like, "I'm not going on a date with this stranger by myself. You got to come." And
Mm.
then she was just like, she kept asking me like, questions like, "You like him or whatever?" I'm like, "Do you like him?" And she said, "Yes." I was like, when we got to the restaurant, I was like, I guess we both like you, so you both are our boyfriend. He was like, "What?"
Wow, he didn't see that one
And that
coming.
was, yeah, that was my first encounter.
Oh, that was a slam
Uh,
dunk for him.
but this was the first time I did poly, knew what it was called, and was married. So
Okay, so from that point on, did you realize that you wanted to just do a poly thing, or was that just kind of a fluke, and then you kind of fell back into the poly thing later?
I wouldn't say it was a fluke, but I've always been pretty open-minded about things.
Hmm.
I don't really think like everybody else, I guess you could say. But I didn't know that I didn't know it was a name that it was called polyamorous. So I can't say that I knew I wanted to be polyamorous. But it's so crazy that you asked me this because a couple of nights ago I talked to my cousin and she said, like, "Do you remember you used to say you wanted this? You wanted to live in you wanted everybody to live in the same house and just like kind of build this wealthy life together." And it was sort of like I manifested it and didn't know what it was called.
Hmm. Okay,
So
so how did you getting to the marriage part? So how did you transition to, I guess, finding someone? Like, were you a part of a group that kind of? Because I know, a lot of people. Uh-oh, we lost it.
Yeah, we lost her.
Yeah. Well, while we wait for her to come back, um,
Hey, I was curious. I mean, since they both went out, I was like, did he have to foot the bill? Oh, she's back.
oh, there
Tam,
she
quick
is.
question. Quick question. I mean, just to break the ice. So y'all went on a date together. Did he pay the bill for all three or?
you talking about the first incident I was just talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
He was a
All right.
gentleman.
Oh, shout out to my man.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah. Hell, they all want LOL. Okay, so yeah, I was trying to. I think I pressed the wrong button. I was trying to read the comments. So
Yeah, that sometimes
you what were
gets
you
tricky.
asking me?
Oh, so like in the process of meeting like your husband, so were you like in a group? Because I know a lot of people, aren't as open with that. So a lot of people who are part of that type of lifestyle usually kind of hang more. They try to find a group or create one, and people who are interested or who live that life are kind of more, uh, they kind of gravitate towards that environment because they feel supported and whatnot.
That's
So,
not how it happened with us.
so how did it happen?
Um,
Please give us the story.
I asked my husband. I asked my husband, um, can we just add somebody in our marriage? And he said no. And then
This is your current husband, or
yeah, this is the
okay?
only
So,
husband I ever had.
okay. So let me take this back now. So when you all were dating, I'm assuming, right?
No,
You
our
didn't.
relationship.
Okay. Yeah, come on, Taylor. What?
We barely dated. I moved to Florida 6 weeks after me and him on Instagram.
What? 6 weeks? Hey,
This is a making of a love story right here,
hey,
dog.
my man was
Hey,
dropping it.
I
Bro was
love
dropping it
this.
off.
I
Pause.
love this, dog. I love this.
Right? Yeah. I mean, Brubba was handling business, and she said, "I'm coming too."
This
That's what
is
happened.
This is a movie in the making. We need a doc on this.
Hey, we can do the Tubi thing, man.
Oh my goodness.
So okay, so yeah, you gotta walk us through this. So did you slide in his inbox, or you slide in his, or he slid in yours?
I slid in his.
Ooh, a
Ooh,
woman of action too. Oh,
oh
Jesus
shit,
Christ!
man! And she light skinned. She pulling Steph Curry moves. Wait a minute. All right,
the the real
I DM'd
MVP.
him
the
first.
real MVP. So
The real MVP.
she slid in his inbox, y'all, and she said, "Hey, I like you and I want you." So so all right. So now you slid in the DMs. What
Hold
happened
on,
next?
he trying to get in. It says he's trying to get in on the guest disconnect. Bring him
Uh,
in.
yeah, his device isn't connected for whatever reason. We got our fearless leader working on that. So
Okay.
yeah, he's kind of producing on as he's working.
Okay.
But yeah, so he slid in the D. Oh no, you slid in the DMs. You said I like you and I want you, and you got a pretty mouth, boy. And then what?
Um, I don't know. We started talking on Instagram, and then we exchanged numbers, and then I don't know. I felt like I already knew him, but basically he invited me to come to Florida. I came
Mhm.
down here a couple of times, and I was like, I'm not going back. And he was like, "Well, you off the market," and it kind of went from there. It was like
So it
you
was
say stuff,
he gave you heat.
and
He
it
was good.
happened. And so yeah, 6 weeks after we initially met, that was in May. In July, I was living here.
Wow,
Wow.
He flew
that's
up to Detroit, helped me pack up, and drove me back here.
okay. So you moved to Florida. How much
hmm
longer after that until you got married?
He actually so I moved in July, and he proposed that following March. So from the time we met, it was 10 months later, 9 months later, because we was married in April. So we was married 11 months after we met.
Mm, he got it, man. He wasn't playing no games with it. All right.
Love wins.
Hey, there it is.
Always,
Okay.
always.
All right. So you're newlyweds. You know, you didn't carried you over the threshold. Y'all picking out drapes and shit and new furniture for the crib. All
We
right.
was talking
Redecorate.
about it before we got married.
Okay. Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. Plan. Have a plan. That's what I'm talking about. So then now y'all
But
trying to figure out
see,
which
y'all
ketchup
know
goes
him.
first.
You know him because that's your brother. But
Right.
when he asks questions, he like a therapist, like a counselor. When I kept saying like, "Hey, how you feel about somebody else coming in?" He went, "Why? Where did that come from? How long have you felt that way? Why you
Mm-hmm.
just not saying something? Have you done like I'm like, wait a minute. I take it back. I
Never mind, forget it.
yeah, never mind, forget it. It was like, but he's very intriguing. Like, so he wants to like I had to start like, dang, why did I ask? Like, and it was
Why
Yeah,
did I get myself into this shit?
he got to find out. He got to find out what the play is.
yeah.
Right.
So for me, I never had a real like I never dated a girl, but
Mhm.
I don't know how much I could say on here, but
You can
I
say
have
whatever you
been
like.
okay. I had been with a
Freelance.
girl. Okay. So, because on like other platforms, you got to choose your words.
Hmm.
We raw
Okay.
dog over here. Pause.
So I never had a ongoing relationship with a female, but I
Hmm.
had been involved with females before.
Before. Okay.
But if for me, logically thinking, like you don't, when you get married, like I'm being with this person for the rest of my life, like you don't want to really play those games. So if somebody go be there, they need to be there like forever.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That was my thought process. And so he like, was asking me a bunch of questions. He said no before he
Okay.
said yeah.
Okay.
But he started doing more research on he figured out that it was called poly.
Hmm.
He
Hmm.
was doing research about it, and he started following Facebook groups, and then I started following Facebook groups. And then I was like, wait a minute, this bigger and deeper than what I thought it was. I thought we was just about to have, like a living girlfriend.
So I was about to ask. What I was about to ask you was.
Yeah, yeah, because this a real good question though, because I know, I mean, because I mean you're involved in one, so you can clear up some of the misconceptions because most men or most YNs, the younger ones figure like, hey, this is poly, this is just like ultimate threesomes every night and this,
Oh
that, and the
no.
third. See, yeah,
So
and
once we start, okay, so let me take y'all back. We have a office in our house with like the dry erase boards,
hmm
and we used to have like meetings. Like we didn't just we were friends, best friends. We talked about business, like, and we would, get in their office and write our ideas out on a dry erase board and our plans and things of that sort. And like two talented people, you only could do so much when you're human. But it's just like, hold on, how we gonna do all of this? So it became more than just like, okay, you want to have fun, but you know, we also can do this and we could build this and we could have a village. And it became deeper than what I initially the reason why I initially asked, it became deeper,
right,
if that makes sense.
Okay.
makes a lot of sense.
So yeah. So for your marriage, initially did you want it like another like wife, or were you looking for or a girlfriend, or were you just looking for like, okay, you know what, we can play around from time to time, or was your initial intention, no, I really want another person in here with us?
Yeah, I wanted another person.
Okay. And what was your
Yeah.
reason for that though?
But see, that's what I was telling you. Before I knew anything about poly, it was just a desire of my own.
Mm. You just
And
had a
then,
thing for it. Got you. Okay. All right.
but like we was having the meetings and we were talking about it and we was doing all this research and it, like I said, it became deeper than that. Like, so, and this is the best way I can explain it to people when they find out that I'm poly and they like, want to know why. You guys have siblings
Mm-hmm.
and y'all are entrepreneurs, correct?
I am. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so I mean, just in general, like if you need a helping hand or you need support, those people have to support you after they take care of themselves first and their family, correct?
correct.
Yep.
If we build our own family, we're our first family. We helping each other and we supporting each other first. We don't have to wait until they take care of themselves. We're our own village, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Makes a lot of sense.
I got you.
I call it poly in motion. I made up my own little.
Okay. She didn't coin her own terms and phrase. All right.
Yeah,
So,
it just
uh,
makes it really makes life easier. I know it's been plenty of times where y'all wished y'all was more than you had a clone or it was more to use more time in a day. Like us having a family that we have, it provides all of that. It seemed like it's more hours in a day because the things that you traditionally have to do on your own, it's five of us to do it.
okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Time out. Flag on the play. We not just going. Hold up. Five. Wait. You said you brought in a girlfriend. Where the other three people come from? Y'all got
It's four of
it.
us.
It's four of you all. Wait. Okay. Now
It's
you let me.
four women.
I was
It's four
okay.
women and
Four
one
women.
man. Hmm.
Sheesh. I just got a migraine. Um. Just
He's
because.
married to two of us. He's
Okay.
courting the other two.
Do y'all all live in the same house?
We do.
What kind of Bill Gates shit, man? Let me find. Let me find what kind of bread Brad got on. Hold on, where he work at? But eggs is how much I be paying for it? Okay, never mind. Let's move on. The whole
He said eggs.
because eggs are expensive as hell. This four is five of y'all. I'm just saying this is all right. Forget
All right,
it.
so here's my all right. So real question. So like when so it's five of y'all. It's five of you all. So like, how do like how is things like split up amongst you guys? Is it like someone
Yeah.
does the cooking? Does someone take turns? Someone does the grocery shopping? If there's kids involved, is there someone? Do you all take part in the nurturing, or is there one that who does the main of the nurturing and just like
So it's not nothing set in stone. Like it's not like, oh, you're the sweeper, you're the cleaner. Like it's kind of
uh-huh.
like unwritten. If one person cook, the other will pitch in. Somebody grab the dishes and somebody will sweep and mop the floor. Like it's
Okay.
basically like, we learned how to dance with each other, like, and move with each other. So
I
if
like that.
if I'm out and I go to the grocery store, it's called Publix here.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm out, I'm
Okay.
gonna, we got a group chat. Hey, anybody need anything from the store? Sometimes we'll all go together. Two of us really, really like to coupon. So we'll like go couponing on Saturdays together. Like it's a dance. I don't know how
Yeah,
else to explain it.
I like the way that's explained as a dance because you kind of have to feel around for your partner, and once you kind of get used to being with certain people, you kind of know what the other person needs.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's how it is. We kind of like, it's just like, I know it might sound weird, but it's just like having your best friends in the house with you.
okay,
Yeah, I
so
mean, it's
go ahead, JMO. I'm
What
sorry.
I'm about to say,
what am I
yeah,
saying?
Oh,
I
we
see
went from three to five at 1.5 seconds.
no, I mean, but I see it's more like and like I said, I'm kind of glad that you're on here, so because you're doing a very good job of like clearing up misconceptions. Because
Sure.
I mean, because you're the five of you all it seems like you're working like a team.
It is, and it's not a
Yeah,
baseball team because they get the championship ring if they ride the bench. We all on the court.
Starting five, the Fab Five.
facts. The Fab
Fab
Five,
Five.
shit.
There it is.
The real dream team.
Man, you ain't lying. So, okay. So you mentioned, and I'm glad you brought up the point of friendship. Okay. You said that you it's like having you live with all of your best friends. So how do
Or
you establish?
sisters or however.
I know they're called sister wives, but how
Hmm.
do you cultivate that type of because you were married to him first, correct? And then
Hmm.
everyone else came aboard. So did you all kind of have like this is what we're looking for in a girlfriend slash wife, and like
He found me, so, or I mean, I slid in his DMs, but
I'm gonna
you get
say
what
it's
I'm
like
saying.
you. I was like you was
he,
shooting shots, so I don't
but
know.
he did a good job at picking me, so I trust his judgment. I wouldn't have said I do if I didn't trust him, wholeheartedly. So I trust his judgment. I know he's not
Hmm.
gonna, you know, go and just
You let him
court
lead.
anybody. Hmm?
You let that man lead. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, give it up. Damn, man. She don't miss. Jesus Christ. Okay.
I mean, but that would say a lot about me if I didn't trust his judgment, and then I said,
Hmm.
and I decided to, move down here and marry him. Like that would say a lot about me.
Indeed. So,
So, but
um,
once he get to know them, or we establish our own personal relationships with the person,
okay.
and we have game night. We play 21 questions in a group chat, different things like that, so you can get to know each other, and then we go out together, or me and the sister wives, sister girls, whatever term you decide you want to use. We go to brunch together. We have our own time. Like we might go get our nails done. Sometimes it's all of us. Sometimes it's one of us, two of us, whatever the case may be, depending on what it is. Was of course don't all like the same thing. We have a lot of things in common, but we don't all like the same things at the same time. So
Okay. So when it comes to sleeping, do y'all all sleep in the same? What you go? Oh, she disappeared again. Uh, this has been wow. It's
This
been
is entertaining, dog.
this is definitely entertaining, my guy.
That's what I was
Like
about to ask her. I was about to ask her, like how's the vibes?
yeah,
I'm assuming that there's going to be points where everybody, one or two of them won't get along or whatever like this, but like
how do you?
this is and like, yeah, how you like navigate through all of that, man? Because because you could be like one day, bitch, fuck you, and then after that,
No, I'm
I
sorry. I
mean,
love you. I didn't mean that.
and
What
then
I
for
meant
the
to say
other,
was,
and then for like the other two, that's just like girlfriends. Can they have like boyfriends outside or was it?
yeah, we would when she pops back on, we definitely gonna get into that.
Because nigga, I need this
We got.
2,200 this $2,200 mortgage, nigga.
Katrina probably was like, "Nigga, don't you get no damn ideas."
Nah, man, shit. My luck could be all Scorpios, nigga. Y'all be throwing me a Masonic burial after that,
Shut up, fool,
nigga.
man. But yeah, let's check some of these chats, man. Let's see what they talking about. Because I know if I know our crew, they're
That's a good question. Talking about, is there a time limit? Is there a time slot for sex?
all right. How do you all schedule date night? Sis, I've been trying to formulate the words. Uh,
Another question, man, because you heard, like, do all like their menstrual cycle, do it all like
oh,
sync at the
same
same
time.
time?
Uh, yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, that's all valid questions. Um, all valid. I think we may actually be able to hear from El Capitan himself. He may be going to pop on momentarily. So uh, I gotta ask how she shot her shot at him in the inbox. But yeah, man, this is a very interesting thing. And like I said on the onset of the show, uh, oh, there she is.
It said I was backstage,
Oh, wow.
and every time I try to read it,
I hit the leave button. I'm sorry.
Ah, that's okay. So well, in the meantime, we formulated some more questions. So people in
I
the
heard
chat
some
would
of
like.
them.
Okay, so people in the chat would like to know: do y'all have like a time slot for sex, or like how does that work?
No. So we try not to make it like robotic. We try to just be as natural as possible. So
Hmm.
um it's not a time slot. And I know someone else asked if we sleep in the same bed. We all have our own individual bedrooms.
Wow. Okay, so none of you all sleep together. It's just everybody's got their own individual.
Unless, we have movie night or date night or
Now, how does
yeah.
that work with date night? Do you all have to? I'm sure he might be able to group some dates together because some of you might have the same interests. Or do y'all always go out as a
No, he take us on
quartet
individual dates
individual? Okay,
and we go out as a family and sometimes it might be a couple of us or it sometimes it might be everybody.
okay. How do you? And J-Mo brought up a good question. Like, so sometimes just being humans, we're going to have disagreements. We're not going to always get along. So, how do you navigate? The discord sometimes that may pop up in the household.
So of course, we all have our own background. So
Mm-hmm.
typically, you are raised a certain way, or you make yourself be a certain way after past relationships.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hmm.
when you are with the right person, they will guide you like, hey, every disagreement is not an argument. If we're talking to each other for understanding and not to get our point across, we can get somewhere. Like, so we don't talk to each other any kind of way. We don't talk to each other like people on the streets. We have a disagreement or a misunderstanding. If we need time to process, hey, give me a minute. Let me process my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I'll shoot you a text message later, and then maybe tomorrow we could have a face-to-face conversation, something like that. But we don't, it's no yelling, it's no name calling, it's no, I'm gonna meet you outside. It's on site when I see you. It's none of that.
Pull up, bitch. Not as well.
Yeah,
Right.
we don't do that to each other.
Okay, that's good. I'm
Everybody
glad.
have a lot of respect and love for each other. And we're not perfect. We have
Sure.
disagreements. We have times where we feel like, we
Yeah,
but who you talking to? But we don't do that.
for sure, for sure.
We don't
So,
do
do
that.
you all view him because two of you are married and then the other two are being courted?
Oh, I'm shivering. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
I got my I was trying to turn my fan off, but
In
is it
Florida,
now?
you shiver? How? Um,
Because I got the ceiling fan on and two fans. I
uh,
was hot.
so how do you all view him as like the head of the household? Like, is he still like in most traditional marriages? It's the man is the head of the house. Do you all have that mantra, or do you all kind of basically say like, hey, everyone's an equal, or how does that
Oh
work?
no, no, and he is absolutely the head man of the house. He is 100% alpha male, and
Sounds like a
I
fully
wouldn't have it
packed.
no other way. I like authority though.
Oh, okay. I hear that, lady. Okay, let's move
Huh?
on. Huh? What?
What you
I ain't say.
said?
I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying. I'm just talking. Uh, so moving. When you guys decided like to expand your roster, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? Like you went from just you and him to you got another wife, and then now, you know, we got some people that could be getting traded to the team, and some free agents popping up. What made you like? Is there a cap on how big you want your family to be, or is there a thing where you guys are like, okay, this is sufficient?
So he put it on there. He was like, all right, we good at this. We good right here where we at. I don't need no more. Like that was his. It didn't bother me either way. What I did say though is I don't think if it grew larger than this that we will all be able to live in a house. Like maybe they would have to have their own house.
Right? Because I'm saying
Yeah.
like eventually y'all gonna be the Brady Bunch, you know? What I mean? So
But
okay, yeah,
he said he was good with the number of that it is. So
interesting. Okay, so there's so many questions, and I'm trying to.
ask them
Uh,
off.
Sonia Bonnie asked a question. She says, "So, question: Is there one that is dominant than the other? Meaning the fact that baby girl is the first wife. So, I guess she's
No,
asking
she's
between the
trying to. Is
wives.
there no? There's no hierarchy. We are across the board. We give everybody the same amount of respect. We treat each other like we want to be treated. So
Mm,
if you do something like that, that will make it really awkward in the house. You know what I mean? Like it's not worth. This is my concept of it. We don't have to compete at the table we all sitting at. You know what I mean? So why would there
mm,
be hierarchy?
Mm. Okay.
okay, that was bar. All right. So, they asked, "Do you all want children together?"
Initially, it was a conversation of having more children, but the more we start growing our family as far as like business wise
Hmm.
and the plans that we have in place, we kind of just like took it back off the table.
Okay. So you guys often talk about business. Are you all building different businesses to get like? Is that the main reason why everyone got into the poly relationship was more so for financial growth and stability? Was it, um, I guess, more about love, or is it a combination thereof?
It's a combination of I think in monogamy, people want to control the other person. You
Mm-hmm.
get what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, and then and I know everybody gonna ask, like, well, if he could have multiple wives, can y'all have other boyfriends? There's no one size fit all polyamorous relationship. You have to do what works for you. Um, he he's an alpha male, so we're not about to have any other boyfriends but it's not like a um he asked us in the beginning, did we desire another man? So
Hmm.
if somebody would have said, hey, yeah, I desire another man, he would have said, like, okay, so that don't work for me. It's no different than a person saying, I want a child and I don't want a child. Okay,
Right.
do y'all decide to stay together and the other person just face the consequences, or do you walk away and you go find what's good for you? So with that being said, him being the alpha male and he not about to have no brother husband, but me also me also not desiring another man, it worked for us, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Now, if they decide to have a change of heart, like one of the wives decides to have a change of heart and want another man, is she now excommunicated from the family?
If that's in their clause, because I know someone asked, was it legal? Can you legally be married to multiple people, or is poly legal? It's not illegal, but you can't, depending on what state you live in, you can't marry more than one person. But we got married through the state of Florida, but him and his second wife, they have a contractual marriage. They wrote a contract and it's signed and notarized, and in that contract they have things that can would end their marriage, and that may be
Mm,
one of them. So he
okay.
may have written like, hey, if you decide you want to step out or another husband, then it's like, but that's their contract.
So when it comes to money, because this is another because money is kind of one of the things that build that kind of destroys relationships of all kinds.
Hmm.
So do you all have an all joint bank account together, or is it everyone has their own separated, individually put in to something
So
like?
we do have a separate bank account, but we have a family savings account
Okay.
to contribute a certain amount of money in that will go towards like when we get the house built, that money will already be saved to furnish the house.
Mm,
So instead of having to wait and do it at that time, we'll already have our pot of money to furnish the house.
okay. Somebody
But
asked.
it's
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, okay. Oh, I was gonna say, as far as bills now, he covers all of the head of household, and we contribute like by going to buy the tissue, paper towel, laundry detergent, soap, deodorant, just making sure the house have what it's supposed to have.
Okay. Um, Someone asked, "Are there children already present?"
Yes, we all had children before we got together, so we all had children from our previous relationships, but none of us have children with him.
Okay. So, but do the children live there with you all?
Um, three of them do.
Okay. All
How's
right.
that dynamic?
Yeah.
They love it here. I mean, like the youngest is the youngest is 7. She said she's the luckiest girl in the world. And if you ask her why, she gonna say because she has 4 mommies. She said
Okay.
she's special because she has 4 mommies and no one else does. So she love
Okay.
it. The kids, they love it. They don't.
It's not
They
weird
got
for
4 people they can ask for gym shoes.
right, right, exactly. That's what's up.
No,
Uh,
yeah, the kids love it.
okay, so Sonia also asked, were you privy to the contract of the other marriage?
Was I privy to it? Like, did I read it?
Yeah, privy. Yeah, did you read it or were you aware of it? Uh,
Yes, yeah, both.
okay, okay.
I
Uh,
stood by her side at the wedding.
did you?
Yes.
Wow, that's okay.
I brought
So
her a necklace. He put her ring on her finger, but I put a necklace around her neck.
okay, it wasn't like one of them like BDSM collars, was it?
No, it was a we no, it was a infinity love necklace.
Yeah, know I play entirely too much on this internet. I don't know why y'all keep giving me this microphone, but that's what's up. Um, okay, so how long have you all like collectively been together thus far? Like
With everyone in the
as a five
house.
piece, yeah, the 5 piece wing set.
We all moved in together this year.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, that's got to be a big ass house.
It is. It's a nice
She
size.
said,
It's deep.
"Yeah, I see. Yeah,
It's comfortable. No one's all on top
crayons."
of each other.
Stepping on nobody's shoes.
No.
So what would you say if you were to give advice to women who may be interested in this or curious, or I would say more so interested. Let's just bypass curious. Let's just go interested in doing this lifestyle. What are some key things that you would make sure that they need to know?
I would key things I think they will need to know is remove negativity. Don't let the outside world influence you. If you're happy, if you're doing something that you think is going to make you happy, do it. Don't let other people shoulda, coulda, wouldas influence you on not. But also learn what works for you. Be willing to communicate and have uncomfortable conversations, things of that sort. Like,
Hmm. Okay.
is people think things are hard, but it's hard when you put that mind when you have that mindset. But if you know that there's a solution to everything, then you'll focus on that.
Yeah. Now, you and your husband are the architects of your family. So I'm sure you all kind of had to kind of figure out this whole poly thing. What are like rules or boundaries or things like that that you feel that couples need to address?
That's the thing. Like, if you're gonna do this, you make it hard when you create rules. Now everybody's working on walking on eggshells, and boundaries are okay, but you have to communicate boundaries. Most people communicate or have boundaries in their head
Hmm.
and expect people to be mind readers, and if that don't work. If you have boundaries, there has to be a open floor for discussion, but having rules, it's not gonna work. Like, did you if you kiss her, you got to kiss me. If you rub her, but like, that's gonna be too chaotic. Like, you have to just be you you have to just go. You know what I mean? Like, if you create your own chaos, if you have rules, boundaries, that's normal, but rules, that's not gonna work.
Oh, okay.
Because
Okay.
there are, now let me say, that's my own opinion. There are some poly relationships, because there are different poly pages, and they be like, oh, you can't go on a date without me, you can't talk to her on the phone without, like, that's too much. I don't have time to keep up with all that.
Yeah. That's that's hard to just do it in a regular relationship. This
Right,
is
Yeah, so
right.
yeah. I'm
shit. So with so could you let's just say hypothetically speaking that this didn't work. Could you see yourself back in a monogamous relationship, or do you think you always will need a uh, plural relationship?
I mean, anything is possible, but would I desire it? No, but I wouldn't even think that far because I know this not gonna not work.
Right.
So
What
I
what
wouldn't put that in the atmosphere.
oh, got you. What have you gained the most? Like since being in this lifestyle, what have you learned the most?
What have I learned the most? That's a hard question. Um, I learned that like people think they don't need nobody. You could
Mhm.
not want to need anybody, but you do. Love and
Mm.
support is so important in life. Having companions and friends is so important.
Yeah.
So I'm not about to flex and say I don't need nobody. I like the feeling of having a family. So
Okay. That's good. That's really. Um, oh, Raina asked, "How do your families deal with knowing that you're in a poly relationship?"
some of them think it's weird.
Hmm.
Um, some of them just they once they talk to me and they was like, okay, I understand it. They don't think they could do it, but they understand it, which is fine. But be completely honest, I wouldn't care if they did like it or not because I'm the only one who got to live my life. And I'm not about to be unhappy or miserable to please people that probably are unhappy and miserable.
That's that's real. That's real shit. I think that a lot of people have to you know be open to certain things, um,
Hmm.
and I think that like I said, everything is not for everybody. However, um, and everybody has their own views on things. So when it comes to even, um, I guess things from like you say you have children and like who like as far as like teaching them and things like that, like are you comfortable with everyone doing that? Or for spiritual growth, does everyone believe in the same faith? Or is that all those things considered when you have a poly relationship?
It is, but that's no different than when you go and date a person individually. Y'all ask these questions, and you know if
Hmm.
you want to move forward with them. He didn't do anything different with them that he did when he met me. He didn't do anything different with me than he did when he met somebody. You do those things. So I'm pretty. There's a lot of we're not the same. He didn't go find three clones of me,
Hmm.
but we have a lot of the same mindset. If that makes sense.
Got you.
But when it comes to the kids, like we all think the same. The what we want to have for them growing up as adults, the things that we're trying to do differently while we're poly, like people talk about breaking generational curses and building legacies and but we pioneer our family on that like we're doing things like and I'm not saying you can't do it monogamous. I'm not telling people about my relationship to try to change them because I don't care what nobody else do in their life like
Hmm.
it's not gonna you know what I mean like I don't
Yeah.
care enough to judge anybody for what they want to do. Like I implore people to do what makes them happy completely. But we want to do different things. Like we want to build our land. We want to be able to have our own enough land for our kids to build their houses on. So it could be a family compound. So we could have a garden. So we could have a family trust. Like so the business can the our name could live on through our kids and grandkids and great great grandkids. You get what I'm saying? Like it's bigger than just a whole bunch of humping.
But there is humping though, right?
And a lot of it.
oh, oh,
So
wait, wait a minute now. Okay, let me get my humping. You say so? Y'all know not to give
where's
me no.
my husband?
Oh, we gonna bring his ass on here. Don't even worry about it. Like he already texted me talking about some bruh. it's gonna be a part two to this because I'm sure there's people who aren't here are gonna see this show and they were like, bruh, like I got some questions. Don't worry about it. It's probably gonna be a part two. Definitely
Bring
because
him up.
we
Why
gonna
is it taking
we're
so
gonna
long?
have him come on the next show. He's gonna be on the next show, and he's gonna give us. So we wanted to have the woman's perspective because most times, when you hear about a poly relationship,
You
you
hear
hear
from a
more
guy's view.
from a guy's point of view,
Hmm.
and most people think it's like, oh, okay, you want to be able to cheat, in house, so to speak. But a lot of times, like you said, you're the one who slid in the DMs, and you're the one who broached.
You gonna keep bringing it
Oh yes, yes. I look. You're getting your Aisha Curry
happily,
award,
happily
right?
slid in the DM.
What you gonna say, Andy? So, but yeah, I mean, I
Sorry.
think that I think that that's dope. That you saw what you wanted, you saw him. It's like, hey, what's up? And on the flip side of that, though, you also the one who broached the topic of, hey, what if we had another person? And what was the thing? You know what? What was the thing that got him to say yes? I meant to ask you that earlier.
When I remember, I told you he started like looking into it on his own and doing more
Mhm.
research and things that like that. Just he think in the future. Like n- I was thinking for a good time. He was thinking for
See,
a
that's what I
long
was asking you
time.
earlier. Like, was this supposed to be like a play thing, which is cool? Like, hey, let's spice it up, or are we trying to like, no, let's make this more like an official type of thing?
When we had, like I said in the beginning, I was thinking about myself. But when we sat down and when I was telling you we had the meetings and we had the whiteboard and we were talking and all of those things we were talking, I was for real. Like we can do this by ourselves, but you know how much it was just like a light bulb. Like you know how far we'll get if it was more of us. Like I knew I manifested this a long time ago when I didn't know it was poly though. Like I used to say I wish it was more of me, but I didn't know I was really meaning I wish it was more wives in the house. You know what I mean? Like because if think about it, on a typical day in a regular household, if both people go to work, somebody got to pick up the groceries, then you got to cook the food, then you got to clean up the kitchen, then you have to go to take one of the kids to practice, and you got to pick them up from practice. You got to wash the clothes. You got to try to make time to watch TV together. You might have to, do some research and like currently I'm in school. And by the way, I'm on the dean's list and I'm in the National Honor Society. But you know
Oh,
how easy that is?
congratulations.
Do you know how easy that is when I don't have to do everything every day? Like
Yeah,
it's
we
not on one or two people. Now
yeah,
I have
we
all
you have helpmates.
yeah, like we a family. We support and love each other. They support and love me. They like go do your homework. I got the dinner tonight or go do your homework after we eat and I clean up. Like it's so much
Mm,
things that we do for each other in a space to allow us to continue to grow and be the better versions of ourselves.
awesome. That's you know what? That's awesome. And you know what? We're gonna stop on that note because we want to save some more for next week, I believe, where we're going to bring your husband on and he can give his side of the story because there's people clamoring for that. And and I'm sure the brothers were like, bro, how are you managing this? You got 4 of them in the house? Like, God damn, I can't even pay for one of these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? But I think that's going to be a great show. I thank you so much for taking time out to spend your evening with us.
Definitely, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, this has been insightful. It's been fun. It's been entertaining.
I know
Um,
this hour went by fast.
it really does. Like I said,
Yeah.
we're just kicking it. That's basically what it is. We're just kicking it. So thank you so much, Tam.
My
Um,
pleasure.
hopefully we'll have you back on the show again, either talking about this or something else crazy.
They gonna want to
So,
keep talking about this. This is a never-ending conversation.
oh,
Like,
absolutely. You're probably gonna be like one of our bigger reoccurring guests. So, but welcome to the House of Sync. Thank you so much.
thank you.
JMO, anything else?
Oh no, this was dope, man. I'm looking forward to next week, and
I
And
know
it
I
just
wish he was
continue,
up here at the same time so y'all can.
and it just continue maybe a part 3, part 4, but we'll see though. But yeah, this is like I said, thank you for coming on. Like you definitely gave a different view of it from, I mean, first of all, just from the woman aspect, from the woman's side of things, because like Gig said earlier, we usually hear from the guys, and it gave a
Mhm.
much clearer understanding to of what it is.
For sure, for sure. All
Thank you.
right.
I appreciate y'all. And uh thank you everybody in the chat or comments. I don't know if I'm supposed.
No, it's fine. Wave to your fans. You everybody's favorite now. There it is.
Aw,
Yeah, yeah,
thank
you
you.
everybody's favorite.
All right, everybody, man. This has been your boy, your neighborhood homeboy, the incomparable J Mo. So we appreciate you, and we out of here.